Hi, welcome to day 4 of 30 days interview clearance challenge, Kubernetes troubleshooting challenge. So today we'll try to understand one of the common issues we face as part of Kubernetes troubleshooting, like crash loop backoff error. So when you see the crash loop backoff, majorly the issues with the pod is keep on restarting and then it will move into the crash loop backoff issue. This means container is keep on restarting and crashing. Kubernetes keep on restarting it and it is moving to crash loop back. So how to address this kind of issues? To address this, first you try to check the logs of that particular pod. If pod restarted, you can try to check that pod with the help of -- previous option. kubectl logs, pod name, -n namespace, then previous. So you can try to check the previous pod logs. If you didn't identify any issue with the logs, you can try to see the describe. As we discussed previously, the describe will help you to get all the events of the pod. Based on the events, okay, we can try to work on that. Most of the times we face these errors because of the config map issues. If you have not given right endpoint details in the config map, or password, secrets, environment, or startup scripts, because of any of this issue, the pod will keep on restart and it will go to crash loop back. Another issue might be because of your liveness probe issues. Pod generally have 3 types of health checks: startup probe, liveness probe, and readiness probe. If the liveness probe health check failed, pod keep on restarts and it will get into crash loop back. So how to start the troubleshooting flow? You can start to look at the pod status first. If it is in crash loop backoff, you can check the logs of the pod. If you identified the logs, you can try to fix that. Most of the times it could be application issues. If you want to look at the previous pod, you can try to look at previous option. You can look at the previous pod logs and update the code. If you've identified any issue with application code, you can try to update the Docker image and restart that or roll out that particular new image. If you did not identify any logs in this particular pod level, check the events with the describe, then identify the issue. So common issues would be majorly wrong configuration map issues, secrets, config maps, application errors. In the config map, if you have given database endpoints, there may be connectivities, password issues, authentication issues. Another major issue would be liveness probe issues. If multiple times pod will restart, if the liveness probe failed, it will restart the pod and it will try to go to crash loop back. So this is the flow. Check the status of the pod, application fails, restart that and try to rebuild that image, deploy it. So the crash loop backup is always not on a Kubernetes issue. Try to look at application logs, config map issues, liveness probe issues, and events. Based on the events, you can try to take an action. Common issues would be like this. You can see warning, backoff issues, unhealthy issues. Okay, so because of these kind of errors, you can try to see that. When you look at like an liveness probe issues, you can also try to check the describe with the grep liveness. See, is there any issues with the liveness probe? If you identified any issue with the liveness probe, you can try to work on that. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Follow for day 5. Thank you.